Wait. Do not lock your screen. Do not let your thumb slide across the glass to exit this moment. I know the weight that is currently pulling at the corners of your shoulders. I see you, sitting there in the quiet or perhaps in the noise of a world that does not understand your value, holding your breath as if air itself has become a luxury you can no longer afford. You were just about to sigh. You were just about to tell yourself that this is just another video, another voice in the digital wilderness. But I am not a voice you have heard before. I am the echo from the beginning of time. I am the Ancient of Days, the silence between the stars that has finally decided to speak. And I have intercepted your timeline because the theft has gone on long enough. In exactly 15 minutes, a celestial window will close. A window that was pried open with the strength of 1,000 suns, just so this frequency could reach your ears. You have been living in a distorted reality, a stolen version of your life where you carry the bricks while others claim the palace. You feel it, don't you? That phantom limb sensation, the feeling that you were meant for a throne, yet you find yourself scavenging for crumbs of recognition. This is not your destiny. This is a spiritual hijacking. And today, I am here to execute the reversal. Look at the palms of your hands. They are tired, aren't they? They have carried the spiritual weight of your entire bloodline. You were the gifted child, the one who could see the truth when everyone else was blind. You were the one who stayed awake while the rest of the house slept. The one who absorbed the trauma, the debt, and the unspoken grief of generations. You have been a sacrificial lamb at the altar of people who didn't even have the decency to say thank you. You have provided invisible labor, mending hearts you didn't break, solving problems you didn't create. And all the while, your own bank account, your own peace, and your own dreams have been leaking like an open wound. The universe has watched you bleed in silence. And the universe is no longer silent. Behind you stands the observatory of lost Eris. Can you see it? Close your eyes for a second. Feel the floor beneath you shift into liquid gold. This is the place where every prayer you ever whispered into your pillow is hanging like a glowing lantern from a ceiling of infinite obsidian. You are not a guest here. You are not a visitor. You are the rightful owner, who has returned from a long, bitter exile. And I am the keeper of the records, here to hand you the keys to what was taken. There is a shadow in your life, a parasite of kindness. Someone who has been sitting at your table drinking from your cup, all while poisoning the well of your reputation. They wear the mask of concern. They call themselves your friend, your lover, your family, but their energy is a vacuum. They used your empathy as a weapon against you. They convinced you that your struggle was a sign of your holiness, just so they could stay comfortable while you suffered. They are terrified right now. They can feel the air thinning around them because they know your awakening is here. They know that once you see the mirror glass hourglass, their reign over your timeline is finished. Visualize it now. An hourglass made of shimmering, indestructible crystal. But look closely at the sand. It is not falling. The sand is flowing upward, defying every law of physics you have ever been taught. This is the sign of the 888. This is the moment where time itself is being folded back on your behalf. Every year you lost to that toxic relationship. Every dollar that was swindled from your grasp. Every night of sleep lost to the crushing anxiety of how will I survive. It is all being vacuumed back into your present moment. This is not just a blessing. This is a refund. A cosmic, high-interest refund for every ounce of light you ever let a parasite steal from you. The Solomon key is being placed into your spirit right now. It is not a key for a door of wood and stone. It is a key that unlocks your vocal cords. For too long, you have swallowed your truth to keep the peace. You have made yourself small so that others wouldn't feel insecure. No more. When you speak from this moment on, the atoms of the physical world will vibrate in alignment with your command. If you say wealth, the doors of opportunity will unlatch. If you say justice, the liars in your life will stumble over their own tongues. I need you to understand the severity of this transaction. You have reached the 888 frequency, the number of the triple infinite. the code of karmic balance. This is the law of the harvest. You have sown in tears. Now you will reap in gold. But there is a secret, a shocking truth, that even the angels were not allowed to tell you until this very second. You think this message was sent to you by a distant ancestor or a random force of nature. You are wrong. This letter, this spiritual decree you are hearing, was written by you. It was written by the version of you that exists 10 years from now. The you that is currently sitting in a room filled with sunlight, overlooking a horizon of total financial and emotional sovereignty. That future you, the one who has already won, reached back through the corridors of time. They saw you struggling tonight. They saw you looking at your reflection with eyes that have lost their spark. And they spent a massive amount of spiritual currency to bribe the laws of the universe just to make this video appear on your screen at this exact millisecond. They sent this to tell you, the refund has been approved. The inheritance you are about to receive is not a gift from a stranger. It is the accumulated interest of your own resilience. It is the money that was supposed to be yours 5 years ago, returning to you now, multiplied by the power of the 888. It is the house that was blocked, the career path that was sabotaged, the love that was delayed. It is all rushing toward you like a tidal wave. But you must sign the deed. The universe does not recognize a soul that will not claim its own power. Type 888 inches, the comments below. But do not see it as a mere comment. See it as your celestial signature on the New Testament of your life. Every stroke of the key is a nail in the coffin of your poverty. Every 8 is a seal of protection over your bank account. By typing this number, you are declaring to the parasite of kindness and every dark force that has ever tried to erase your name, I have returned from my throne. My timeline is my own. Do not skip this. Do not walk away from this altar. The 888 is not just a number. It is a frequency that clears the static from your path. Within the next 72 hours, you will notice the first shift. A phone call about a debt being canceled. A sudden, inexplicable idea for a project that will generate thousands. A document surfacing that proves you were right all along. The Ancient of Days is watching, and I am closing the book on your suffering. The hourglass has turned. The sand is rising. The liquid gold of the observatory is reflecting the light of a sun that will never set on your prosperity again. You are the banker of your bloodline. You are the sovereign of your days. And the secret letter you sent yourself from the future is now open. Read it with your heart. Breathe in the scent of your new life. And never, ever let them make you feel small again. The refund has arrived, and it is more than enough. It is overflowing. It is yours. The air in the room has changed, has it not? The space around your body feels thicker, charged with a static that your skin recognizes as the touch of the eternal. This is not your imagination. This is the weight of the refund manifesting in the physical realm. The parasite, that person who has lived off your light for years, is beginning to feel a coldness in their bones. They are sensing that the cord they used to drain you has been severed by a blade of pure, obsidian light. They are looking at you today, and for the first time, they are afraid. They see a glow in your eyes that they cannot explain, a regal stillness that suggests you have finally seen the ledger of your own life, and you have realized how much they owe you. You were never meant to be a servant to their dysfunction. You were never meant to be the emotional janitor, cleaning up the messes of a bloodline that refused to heal itself. You were the one chosen to carry the Solomon key, yet they convinced you it was a shackle. They told you your sensitivity was a weakness, when it was actually your spiritual radar, your ability to navigate the liquid gold currents of the universe. While you were weeping in the dark, wondering why life felt like an uphill battle against an invisible wind, the Ancient of Days was recording every drop of salt that hit the floor. Those tears were not lost. They were being converted into a currency that no bank on earth can devalue. They were being held in an escrow account that only the 888 frequency can unlock. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Feel the Solomon key turning in the base of your throat. It feels like heat, like a burning ember that does not consume, but purifies. For years, your voice was strangled. You said yes when your soul screamed no. You stayed silent while they took credit for your labor. You apologized for existing because they made you feel like your needs were an intrusion. That era is dead. As this key turns, the seal on your vocal cords is breaking. From this breath forward, your words are no longer vibrations in the air. They are commands to the fabric of reality. When you speak of your abundance, the universe will rearrange itself to prove you right. When you declare your healing, the cells in your body will bow to the sovereign command of your spirit. Do not be surprised when the parasite of kindness suddenly reaches out to you. They will feel the sudden drop in their own energy as your light returns to your own vessel. They may come with a crisis, a fake emergency, a new reason why you should give them your time, your money, or your peace. They are trying to reattach the siphon, but as you hold the Solomon key, you will see through their mask. You will see the desperation of a thief who has been caught in the act. You will not feel anger. You will feel a profound, regal indifference. You will simply say no, and the weight of the silent universe will stand behind that word like a mountain of stone. Listen to the sound of the sand in the mirror glass hourglass. It is a soft, melodic hiss, the sound of time being rewritten. Your future self, the one who is already wealthy, already free, already basking in the 888 overflow, is leaning over the balcony of the Observatory of Lost Eras, watching you right now. They are the ones who paid the price to open this portal. They know exactly how it felt to be where you are, to feel the gifted child burnout, to feel like a battery that has been drained to zero by everyone else's needs. They reached back and placed a golden bribe into the gears of the cosmos, just so you would see this sign today. They are not a ghost. They are your destiny, waiting for you to catch up. They are whispering to you through the static. The inheritance is not coming. It is already here. It is manifesting as a divine reset of your financial timeline. Think of the debt that has been a noose around your neck. Think of the property that seemed out of reach. Think of the career path that felt blocked by people who were less talented but better connected. The Ancient of Days has issued a writ of execution against those blockages. The people who stood in your way will suddenly find themselves repositioned. They will lose interest in bothering you. They will move. They will quit. They will vanish from your sphere of influence because they can no longer survive in the high-frequency atmosphere of your 888 awakening. This is the vengeance that turns into a blessing. It is not the vengeance of the sword. It is the vengeance of the throne. You do not win by fighting them. You win by outgrowing them so completely that they become invisible in your rearview mirror. You win by becoming the named heir of a fortune they didn't even know existed. They thought the inheritance was about a piece of land or a box of jewelry. They didn't realize that the true inheritance was the sovereignty of your soul. But let us speak of the physical, because I know the hunger in your stomach and the worry in your heart. The universe is not a purely abstract realm. It is the architect of the material. Within the next 72 hours, as you continue to vibrate at the 888 level, look for the sign of the threefold return. You will receive 3 specific, undeniable confirmations that the flow has reversed. One will be financial, a small but unexpected sum that signals the dam has broken. The second will be a legal or official resolution, a letter, an email, or a document that says approved or cleared. The third, and most important, will be a dream. In this dream, you will be handed a mirror glass hourglass by your future self. You will see their face, and you will realize it is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen, because it is a face that no longer knows what lack feels like. When you wake from that dream, your transition will be complete. You will no longer be the person who survives. You will be the person who commands. I need you to perform a ritual of engagement now. This is not for me. It is for the mirror glass. As you type 888 again, or for the first time, feel the sensation of invisible labor falling off your back. Imagine a heavy gray cloak being unpinned from your shoulders and falling into the liquid gold floor of the observatory. As that cloak hits the floor, it dissolves. That cloak is the weight of your family's expectations. It is the weight of your gifted child trauma. It is the weight of every debt you were never meant to pay. By typing these 3 digits, you are not just commenting. You are making a spiritual deposit. You are saying to the Ancient of Days, I accept the refund. I accept the sovereignty. I accept the key. The parasite is watching the comments. They are watching your life. They are waiting for you to fail so they can feel superior again. But they will be waiting forever. For as long as the sand flows upward, you are untouchable. You are under the protection of the silent universe. Your bank account is no longer a number. It is a reflection of your infinite worth. Your home is no longer just a building. It is a sanctuary of the 888 frequency. Do you feel the heat in your chest? That is the Solomon key locking into place. You are being anointed in the quiet, crowned in the silence. The world will see the results, but they will never understand the source. Only you and your future self know the secret. Only you know that this letter was a message across time, a bridge made of light, a rescue mission from the version of you that refused to let you drown. The sand is rising, the gold is flowing, the timeline is yours. The vibration is peaking now. Can you feel it? The air around your skin is no longer just oxygen and nitrogen. It has become a thick, shimmering veil of potential. We are moving past the realization, past the recognition, and into the final, irreversible activation. You are standing at the center of the Observatory of Lost Eris, and the liquid gold floor is beginning to rise, swirling around your ankles like a warm, welcoming tide. This gold is not just a metaphor. It is the spiritual essence of every resource that was ever detoured away from your life. It is the physicality of your 888 inheritance manifesting from the ether into the tangible. This is the moment where the stolen timeline is not just reclaimed. It is consumed by the one you are creating right now. Look toward the great obsidian table at the far end of the hall. On it lies an object we have not yet spoken of, the obsidian signet ring. This is the final piece of your sovereignty. In the ancient world, a ring like this was not jewelry. It was a seal of law. It meant that the wearer's word was the king's word. It meant that their signature could move armies, open vaults, and change the borders of nations. For years, the parasite of kindness in your life stole your ring. They wore your authority like a stolen cloak. They made decisions for you, spoke for you, and convinced the world that you were the unstable one, the too emotional one, the one who couldn't be trusted with the keys to the kingdom. They used your own name to lock you out of your own house. But look at their hands now. The ring has vanished from their finger. It has dissolved into ash because a lie cannot survive the 888 frequency. The ring is back on the table. It is waiting for you. And as you step toward it, the liquid gold follows you, coating your footsteps. This is your royal walk. Every step you take today in your kitchen, in your office, on the street, is a step of reclamation. You are no longer trying to get ahead. You are occupying the space that was prepared for you before the foundations of the world were laid. I told you that your future self wrote this letter, that they bribed the universe to ensure this moment happened. I can now reveal the final line of that letter. Your future self, sitting in that sun-drenched room of total freedom, wrote these words. I have already spent the first million of our inheritance on the peace of our ancestors. The rest is for you to build the world they were too afraid to dream of. Do you understand? The struggle you went through, the gifted child burnout, the invisible labor. It was a spiritual tax that you paid to settle the debts of your entire bloodline. You were the only one strong enough to pay it. You were the only one with a soul large enough to absorb the karma of your family and transform it into light. Because you stayed. Because you didn't break. The collection agents of the dark timeline have been satisfied. They have no more claim over you. The inheritance is now being released from escrow. This is not a maybe. This is a spiritual writ of possession. In the coming days, pay very close attention. You will find an old document. Perhaps in a drawer you haven't opened in years. Perhaps in a digital file. Perhaps in a conversation with a stranger who accidentally mentions a name you recognize. This document will be the Solomon key in physical form. It will be the proof of a property, a title, a hidden account, or a legal right that was buried by the parasite. The universe is literally unearthing your wealth. You will notice a strange phenomenon. People who used to overlook you will suddenly start seeking your counsel. Those who disrespected you will feel an inexplicable urge to apologize, or they will simply be unable to look you in the eye. This is the atmospheric signature of the signet ring. You are being recognized by the spiritual realm as the banker of the bloodline. But hear me. The parasite will try one last time to shadow your joy. They will sense the 888 frequency and try to mimic it. They will say they have changed. They will say they want to make things right. They are lying. They do not want to make things right. They want to sit at the table you just reclaimed. You must use your new spiritual radar. Look at them through the mirror glass. See the upward flowing sand. If their energy does not flow upward toward your growth, they have no place at your table. You owe them nothing, not even an explanation. Your no is now a sacred boundary protected by the Ancient of Days. Now, we perform the final seal. Place your right hand over your heart. Feel the heat of the Solomon key. Place your left hand out in front of you, palm up, as if receiving the signet ring. The sand in the hourglass is now almost entirely in the top bulb. Time has been reversed. The lost years are restored. The stolen energy is returned. The 888 is active. As you type 888 one last time, I want you to feel the weight of the ring sliding onto your finger. This is not a comment. This is a coronation. You are signing the final page of the stolen timeline and setting it on fire. You are watching the ashes of your poverty, your exhaustion, and your gifted child trauma blow away into the vacuum of the observatory. Type 888 and speak these words into the room, even if it's just a whisper. I am the heir. I am the authority. I am the overflow. What was stolen is returned sevenfold. I am home. The observatory is fading now, but the gold is staying with you. It is in your blood. It is in your bank account. It is in the way you walk. The Ancient of Days has spoken. The future you have written for yourself has arrived. Go now. Look at the world with the eyes of a sovereign. Within 72 hours, the first big refund will arrive. Do not be surprised when it is larger than you imagined. You were never meant to struggle this long. The struggle was just the forge. And the sword is now complete. The portal is closing. But the 888 is eternal. You are loved. You are safe. You are wealthy beyond measure. It is done. It is done. It is done. The echoes of the coronation are still vibrating in the marrow of your bones. Can you feel the hum? The observatory of Lost Eris has begun to dissolve back into the starlight from which it was woven, but do not reach out to grab it. You do not need to hold on to the temple when you have become the god within it. The liquid gold that once swirled around your feet has been absorbed into your very DNA. You are no longer claiming your inheritance. You are radiating it. You are breathing differently now. Isn't that so? The air feels thinner, sharper, cleaner, as if the smog of everyone else's expectations has finally been swept away by a celestial wind. This is the first breath of your true timeline, the parasite of kindness, that shadow that has followed you for years, whispering that you were not enough, while simultaneously eating the harvest of your hard work, is now a ghost in your reality. They have become a glitch in a world you no longer inhabit. As you walk through your home tonight, as you touch the objects in your room, you will notice they feel different. They are no longer heavy with the invisible labor of your past. They have been recalibrated to the 888 frequency. But I must tell you what happens next. For the Ancient of Days does not leave his chosen ones without a map. Within the next few hours, as you prepare for sleep, the mirror glass hourglass will complete its first full cycle of upward flow. This is the grand reset. While you sleep, your subconscious mind, the part of you that was the gifted child, the part that learned to survive by being small, will undergo a divine surgery. The Ancient of Days is reaching into your dream state to remove the slavery codes that were planted there by people who needed you to stay broken so they could stay whole. You will wake up tomorrow morning, and for the first few seconds, you might feel a strange disorientation. You will look at your life and realize that the problems that kept you awake for a decade suddenly seem small, insignificant, like a child's toy left out in the rain. This is not because the problems vanished. It is because you have grown so tall in the 888 frequency that you are now looking down on the clouds that used to drown you. The refund is not just coming in a single check or a one-time windfall. It is a structural shift. Your future self, that sovereign, sun-drenched version of you who reached back in time to save you, is currently standing at the finish line of your greatest ambition, cheering you on. They have already cleared the path. They have already prepaid the costs of your next 3 years. Look for the sign of the sealed envelope. In the coming days, you will receive a communication. It may be a physical letter, a cryptic message, or an official notification that contains information about a resource you had completely forgotten about. A deposit from a closed account, a refund from an overpayment years ago, an inheritance from a distant relative that the parasite tried to hide from you, or perhaps a legal settlement that finally swings in your favor. This is the physical anchor of your new reality. It is the universe's way of saying, I have corrected the ledger, the theft is over. And what of the others? The ones who watched you struggle and offered nothing but thoughts and prayers while they enjoyed the fruits of your burnout. They will try to find you, but when they look at you, they will see a stranger. They will see the obsidian signet ring on your finger spiritually, if not physically, and their mouths will go dry. They will realize that the sacrificial lamb has become the shepherd of the stars. You must remain in the 888. Do not lower your frequency to explain your success to those who were happy with your failure. You do not owe an explanation to anyone for the miracles God has performed in your life. Your only job now is to occupy the throne. If you feel a moment of doubt, if the old parasite voices try to tell you that this is too good to be true, I want you to touch your throat where the Solomon key is hidden. Feel the heat of your own command. Then, look at the palm of your hand and imagine the upward flowing sand of the mirror glass. Remember, you are not getting lucky. You are being repaid. This is the settlement of a cosmic debt. I want you to make one final, irreversible decree in the comments below. This is the closing of the books. Type 888, and alongside it, type the one word that represents what you are reclaiming tonight. Is it 888 freedom? Is it 888 overflow? Is it 888 justice? Or perhaps 888 rest? By typing this, you are anchoring the 888 into the digital and physical fabric of the world. You are telling the silent universe that you have received the letter from your future self, and you are ready to live the life they wrote for you. The observatory is gone now. The gold is within you. The Solomon key is your voice. The signet ring is your authority. The gifted child has finally been allowed to become the divine sovereign. I am the Ancient of Days, and I am returning to the silence. But I leave you with this. Your ancestors are no longer weeping. They are celebrating. They are dancing in the halls of heaven because one of their own, the one they waited for, the one they prayed for, finally dared to say yes to the 888. The refund is in your account. The keys are in your hand. The throne is under your weight. Go now, and walk, as if the stars were made just to light your path. Because, in this new timeline, they were. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. The frequency has reached its absolute zenith. Can you feel the subtle electric hum vibrating in the very marrow of your bones? It is the sound of 1,000 suns rising at once within the cathedral of your soul. We have crossed the threshold of realization. We have navigated the labyrinth of reclamation. And now, we stand at the final altar, the fullness of manifestation. I am the Ancient of Days, the voice that moved upon the face of the waters before the first star was breathed into existence. And I am here to witness your final transformation. Look down at your hands once more. They no longer look like the hands of a servant. They no longer carry the microscopic tremors of a gifted child who is terrified of making a mistake. The skin itself seems to hold a faint, translucent glow, as if the liquid gold of the observatory has finally seeped through your pores and bonded with your spirit. You are no longer just a person reading words on a screen. You have become the physical density of divine justice, the parasite of kindness, that shadow that fed upon your empathy. That thief who convinced you that your exhaustion was a badge of honor is now a fading echo in a world you have already left behind. Do you hear that faint, scratching sound in the distance? That is the sound of them trying to find the door to your new timeline. But they cannot find it. The door was not locked with a metal key. It was locked with a frequency of 888. Their vibration is too heavy, too jagged, too laden with the rot of their own greed to ever breathe the air of the heights you now inhabit. For the first time in your life, you are truly, irrevocably untouchable. The invisible labor is finished. The weight you carried for your mother, for your father, for your siblings, for your ancestors who died with their songs still trapped in their throats, it has been lifted. You have settled the karmic accounts of 1,000 years in a single lifetime of resilience. You were the chosen one, not because you were the strongest, but because you were the only one with a heart pure enough to pay the debt without becoming the very monster you were fighting. And because you did not break, the silent universe has declared a permanent jubilee over your name. Let us speak now of the secret that was hidden in the foundation of the observatory. I told you that the letter was written by you, your future self, the sovereign you who has already claimed the 888 overflow. But there is a deeper layer to this paradox. Your future self didn't just write the letter. They architected the struggle. They knew that if you had received the inheritance too early, you would have been a target for the wolves. They knew that if the wealth had flowed before you found your Solomon key, the parasites would have drained you dry before you knew how to say no. So, your future self, the one who loves you with a fierce celestial intensity, placed divine delays in your path. They allowed the setbacks. They allowed the gifted child burnout. They allowed the loneliness. They did this to forge you into a vessel that could hold the sheer volume of the wealth that is now pouring into your life. They didn't want you to just be rich. They wanted you to be sovereign. They wanted you to be the kind of person who could walk into a room of millionaires and know that you are the most powerful spirit in the building because you survived the fire they wouldn't even dare to touch. The bribe that your future self paid to the universe was not just for your survival. It was for your vengeance, but not the vengeance of the world. It is the vengeance of the 888. It is the vengeance of watching the very people who tried to erase you from the will of life now having to watch you flourish from afar. They will see you from the windows of their own lack. They will see the beauty of your skin, the peace in your eyes, and the overflow of your bank account, and they will realize that they threw away the only diamond they ever truly possessed. Their punishment is not your anger. Their punishment is your absence. You have moved to a frequency where they no longer exist. And now, the writ of possession is being finalized. As the Ancient of Days, I am authorized to release the 3 waves of the refund into your physical reality over the next 7 days. The first wave is the wave of the forgotten storehouse. Within the next 48 hours, something you thought was lost or stolen will reappear. It might be a physical object, but more likely, it will be a sum of money or a legal right that was trapped in a system of lack. You will receive a notification, perhaps a subtle one at first, that a resource you had completely written off is now being credited to your name. This is the universe's way of verifying your signature. The second wave is the wave of the sovereign opening. Between the 3rd and 5th day, a gatekeeper who has been blocking your path, a boss, a relative, a lender, or a silent enemy will be moved. They will not be moved by your hand, but by the hand of the 888. They will be repositioned so effectively that it will feel like they never existed. In their place, a door will swing open that requires no effort from you to walk through. It will be a career shift, a property acquisition, or a creative breakthrough that carries the scent of destiny. The third wave is the wave of the ancestral kiss. On the seventh day, you will receive a sign of such profound beauty that you will weep. It will be a confirmation that your ancestors are finally at peace because of you. It will be a bird at your window, a specific scent from your childhood, or a dream where you are handed the mirror glass hourglass by the version of you that has already won. In that dream, the sand will not just be flowing upward. It will have turned into pure, crystalline light. You are no longer the banker of the bloodline out of obligation. You are the banker because you own the bank. Listen to the silence. It is the silence of a done deal. The observatory of Lost Eras has completely dissolved now, and you are standing in your own room, in your own life, but the coordinates have shifted. You are now anchored in the 888 reality. The Solomon key is no longer an ember in your throat. It is your very voice. The obsidian signet ring is no longer on the table. It is fused to your spirit. You must protect this frequency with a regal ferocity. When the old world tries to call you back, when the parasite tries to use your old name, the name of the gifted child who couldn't say no, you will not answer. You will smile with the secret knowledge that the person they are looking for no longer lives here. You are a sovereign. You are an heir. You are the living proof that the silent universe hears every whisper and repays every debt with 1,000-fold interest. I am the Ancient of Days, and my work through this vessel is complete. But my work through you is just beginning. You are the living letter that you wrote to yourself. You are the refund. You are the miracle. Before I return to the great stillness, I require one final act of sovereign signature. This is the seal of the 888. I want you to type 888 inches the comments. But this time, do not just type the number. Type your new name, not the name your parents gave you, but the name of your state of being. Type 888, I am the overflow. Type 888, I am the untouchable. Type 888, I am the wealth of generations. Type 888, IT is finished. As you hit enter on those words, feel the final lock click into place. You are not just declaring it to a digital platform. You are declaring it to the foundations of the earth and the height of the heavens. You are signing the new constitution of your life. The sand is rising. The gold is yours. The throne is occupied. Never again will you beg for what you were born to command. Never again will you apologize for the space you take up in the stars. You are the sovereign. You are the heir. You are home. I leave you in the light of the triple infinite. But I never truly leave you, for I am the breath in your lungs and the gold in your blood. Go now, and live the life your future self died 1,000 deaths to give you. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. The veil has not just been lifted. It has been dissolved into the very air you breathe. You are standing now in the absolute, shimmering wake of the great reversal. And for the first time in your many lives, the silence you hear is not the silence of abandonment, it is the silence of total victory. I am the Ancient of Days, the one who measured the dust of the earth in a tierce and weighed the mountains in scales. And I am here to perform the final integration of your spirit. We have traveled through the observatory. We have reclaimed the Solomon key, and we have donned the obsidian signet ring. But now, as the stars settle into their new orbits around your destiny, we must speak of the aftermath of sovereignty. We must speak of what it means to walk the earth when you are no longer a citizen of the struggle, but a diplomat from the infinite. Do you feel the strange, cool stillness in your solar plexus? That is the 888 frequency at rest. It is no longer a storm of light. It has become your new baseline. You have been recalibrated. The gifted child within you, the one who spent decades scanning the faces of others for permission to exist, the one who learned to interpret the slightest shift in the room as a threat to their safety, has finally been allowed to lay down their sword. You are no longer on high alert. You are on high authority. The parasite of kindness is currently experiencing the catastrophic collapse of its influence over your timeline. In the physical world, you may see them stumble. You may hear of their sudden misfortune, or perhaps they simply go silent, their voice losing its power to reach your ears. This is not a coincidence, and it is not your fault. When a parasite loses its host, it must face its own hunger. By reclaiming your light, you have forced them back into the mirror of their own truth. You did not punish them. The 888 law of return did. You are now separated by a spiritual chasm that no amount of manipulation can bridge. You are on the mountain. They are in the mist. Do not look back, not even for a second. To look back is to doubt the mirror glass hourglass, and the sand in your life is now flowing upward with an unstoppable celestial momentum. Let us speak of the refund as it enters the realm of brick, mortar, and bank accounts. For too long, you were taught that wealth was something you had to earn through back-breaking labor and soul-crushing sacrifice. You were told that to have much, you must be much less of yourself. This was the lie of the stolen timeline. In the 888 reality, wealth is not a reward for labor. It is the natural resonance of sovereign power, your future self. The one who reached through the fire of time to place this message in your path is laughing now. They are laughing with the joy of someone who has seen the bank statements of your destiny. They are watching as the heavenly escrow begins its massive payout. In the coming days, you will feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to go somewhere, to call someone, or to look into a matter you had long ago abandoned. Follow that urge. It is not an instinct. It is a download from the version of you that is already wealthy. They are guiding your hands to the sealed envelopes they have left for you in the physical world. You will find that money begins to behave differently around you. It will stop leaking out of your life through emergencies and accidental expenses. The drains have been plugged by the liquid gold of the observatory. Instead, you will experience the magnetism of the signet ring. Opportunities that once required months of chasing will now walk through your front door and ask for your signature. People who once held the keys to your progress will suddenly feel a divine pressure to hand those keys to you. This is the reversal of the stolen years. You are being repaid not just for what was taken, but for the interest that accrued while you were waiting in the dark. But there is a deeper gift than the gold. It is the gift of rest. For the gifted child, rest has always felt like a crime. You felt that if you stopped moving, if you stopped fixing everyone around you, the world would fall apart. And it did fall apart for them, didn't it? But today, the Ancient of Days tells you, let it fall. The people who relied on your burnout to fuel their comfort are finally being forced to stand on their own feet. By withdrawing your invisible labor, you are giving them the only gift they truly need, the gift of their own consequences. Your only responsibility now is to the 888 alignment. Your only job is to stay in the sun-drenched room of your sovereign peace. Look at the obsidian signet ring on your finger. In the silence of your mind, see it glowing with a soft purple light. This is the seal of your ancestral peace. Your grandmothers and grandfathers, those who were broken by the world, are standing behind you in a vast, silent line of light. They are placing their hands on your shoulders. They are whispering, "It is finished. You did it. You broke the curse. You are the one we were waiting for." Through your success, they are finally finding their own rest. You are the redeemer of the bloodline, and your overflow is the water that quenches the thirst of generations. As we move into the final seconds of this sacred transmission, I want you to prepare for the integration. The observatory has completely faded, and you are here, in the present. But you are not the same person who started this journey. You are a new creation. The laws of poverty no longer apply to you. The laws of rejection no longer apply to you. The laws of bad luck have been shredded and burned in the fire of the Ancient of Days. Tonight, when you lie down to sleep, place your hand over your heart. Feel the heat of the Solomon key. Whisper to yourself, "The refund is here. The throne is mine. I am the 888. As you fall into sleep, you will feel a sensation of falling upward. This is the sensation of your spirit fully detaching from the old, stolen timeline. and snapping into the new, golden one. When you wake up, the world will look sharper. The colors will be more vivid. You will notice details you never saw before. This is because your spiritual radar is finally online and unhindered by the parasite's static. I am the Ancient of Days, and I am stepping back into the infinite. But I leave you with the most shocking revelation of all. You think I am a voice outside of you. You think I am a power in the stars. But look into the mirror glass hourglass one last time. See the person standing there? See the one with the ring and the key? I am you. I am the part of you that never forgot your divinity. I am the part of you that existed before the world tried to make you small. I am your eternal self, and I have returned to take my place within your heart. We are one. We are sovereign. We are infinite. Before the silence takes me, I require your final, physical seal. This is the act that anchors the 888 into the very floor of your reality. I want you to type 888 inches the comments, but this time, I want you to type it followed by a command to the universe. Not a request, not a prayer, a command. Type 888. I command the overflow to commence. Type 888. I command the parasites to vanish. Type 888. I command my total restoration. Type 888. I am the king, queen of my timeline. As you type these words, feel the power of the signet ring pulsing in your fingertips. Feel the sand of the hourglass rushing upward. Feel the gold in your blood turning into the wealth in your hands. The door is shut behind you. The road ahead is paved in light. The stolen years are returned. You have arrived. It is done. It is done. It is done. The frequency has reached its absolute saturation point. Can you feel the subtle electric hum vibrating in the very marrow of your bones? It is the sound of 1,000 suns rising at once within the cathedral of your soul. We have crossed the threshold of realization. We have navigated the labyrinth of reclamation. And now, we stand at the final altar, the physical embodiment of the great reversal. I am the Ancient of Days, the voice that moved upon the face of the waters before the first star was breathed into existence, and I am here to witness the final solidification of your spirit. Look down at your hands once more. They no longer look like the hands of a servant. They no longer carry the microscopic tremors of a gifted child who is terrified of making a mistake. The skin itself seems to hold a faint, translucent glow, as if the liquid gold of the observatory has finally seeped through your pores and bonded with your DNA. You are no longer just a person reading words. You have become the physical density of divine justice. The parasite of kindness, that shadow that fed upon your empathy, that thief who convinced you that your exhaustion was a badge of honor is now a fading echo in a world you have already left behind. Do you hear that faint scratching sound in the distance? That is the sound of them trying to find the door to your new timeline. But they cannot find it. The door was not locked with a metal key. It was locked with a frequency of 888. Their vibration is too heavy, too jagged, too laden with the rot of their own greed to ever breathe the air of the heights you now inhabit. For the first time in your many lives, you are truly, irrevocably untouchable. The invisible labor is finished. The weight you carried for your mother, for your father, for your siblings, for your ancestors who died with their songs still trapped in their throats, it has been lifted. You have settled the karmic accounts of 1,000 years in a single lifetime of resilience. You were the chosen one not because you were the strongest, but because you were the only one with a heart pure enough to pay the debt without becoming the very monster you were fighting. And because you did not break, the silent universe has declared a permanent jubilee over your name. Let us speak now of the secret that was hidden in the foundation of the observatory. I told you that the letter was written by you, your future self, the sovereign you who has already claimed the 888 overflow. But there is a deeper layer to this paradox. Your future self didn't just write the letter. They architected the struggle. They knew that if you had received the inheritance too early, you would have been a target for the wolves. They knew that if the wealth had flowed before you found your Solomon key, the parasites would have drained you dry before you knew how to say no. Your future self, The one who loves you with a fierce, celestial intensity placed divine delays in your path. They allowed the setbacks. They allowed the burnout. They allowed the loneliness. They did this to forge you into a vessel that could hold the sheer volume of the wealth that is now pouring into your life. They didn't want you to just be rich. They wanted you to be sovereign. They wanted you to be the kind of person who could walk into a room of millionaires and know that you are the most powerful spirit in the building because you survived the fire they wouldn't even dare to touch. The bribe that your future self paid to the universe was not just for your survival. It was for your absolute vengeance. But not the vengeance of the world. It is the vengeance of the 888. It is the vengeance of watching the very people who tried to erase you from the will of life now having to watch you flourish from afar. They will see you from the windows of their own lack. They will see the beauty of your skin, the peace in your eyes, and the overflow of your bank account. And they will realize that they threw away the only diamond they ever truly possessed. Their punishment is not your anger. Their punishment is your absence. You have moved to a frequency where they no longer exist. And now, the writ of possession is being finalized. As the Ancient of Days, I am authorized to release the final wave of the refund into your physical reality over the next 7 hours. You will notice a strange phenomenon. The air in your room will feel heavier, as if it is saturated with gold dust. This is the 888 frequency materializing. While you breathe this in, the Solomon key in your throat is performing a final recalibration. For too long, you spoke only to survive. You spoke to de-escalate, to appease, to beg. No more. As the key turns for the last time, your voice becomes a sword of decree. When you say enough, the universe will stop. When you say more, the universe will provide. This inheritance is not just a spiritual feeling. It is a literal, tangible shift. You will find that an old bank account, a forgotten deed, or a legal document that was buried by the parasite will suddenly surface. The angels of justice have been working overtime in the back rooms of the physical world, moving papers, changing minds, and bribing reality to align with your new name. You are receiving a refund for every night of sleep you lost, for every tear you shed in a bathroom stall, and for every hour of invisible labor you spent mending a family that didn't want to be healed. Your future self is leaning over the balcony of the observatory, looking down at you with a smile that could light a galaxy. They are whispering, "It is finished. We have arrived." Do you feel the warmth in your chest? That is the obsidian signet ring heating up. It is sealing your fate as the heir of the 888. There is nothing left to fight. There is nothing left to prove. You have reached the summit, and the view is spectacular. You are looking down at a life that was once a prison, and you realize the bars were made of shadows all along. Before the silence takes me, I require your final, physical seal. This is the act that anchors the 888 into the very floor of your reality. I want you to type 888 inches the comments, but this time, do not just type the number. Type your sovereign command. Type 888. I accept my physical wealth. Type 888. I command the shadows to dissolve. Type 888. I am the architect of my own joy. Type 888. My future self has already won. As you hit enter on those words, feel the final lock click into place. You are not just declaring it to a digital platform. You are declaring it to the foundations of the earth and the height of the heavens. You are signing the new constitution of your life. The sand in the mirror glass hourglass has finished its upward journey. The time is now. The wealth is here. The throne is yours. The parasite is gone. The burnout is healed. The gifted child is now the eternal master. Go now and walk through your new life with the slow, steady pace of someone who knows that the entire universe is working in their favor. You are the refund. You are the miracle. You are the 888. I am the Ancient of Days, and I am returning to the great silence. But I leave you with this. I am the breath in your lungs and the gold in your blood. We are never apart. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. The final seal is descending now. And as it does, The very fabric of the world around you is beginning to ripple like silk in a holy wind. This is the moment where the spiritual and the physical collide in a blinding flash of 888 realization. I am the Ancient of Days, the one who watched the first dawn break over the void, and I am here to witness your final transition from the seeker to the sovereign. You are standing in the center of your room, but you are also standing at the center of the universe. The observatory of lost eras has completely merged with your reality. The liquid gold that once flowed across the floors of heaven is now flowing through your veins, warming your blood, steadying your heart, and recalibrating every cell in your body to the frequency of infinite overflow. You are no longer waiting for a miracle. You have become a miracle. Look at the parasite of kindness, that shadow that once loomed so large over your life. Can you even see them anymore? They have become a tiny, insignificant speck in the vast horizon of your new power. The cord they used to drain you, the one that pulled at your empathy and sucked the marrow from your joy. It has been turned into ash. They are no longer in your story. They have been deleted from the script of your life by the hand of the 888. Their attempts to reach you, their attempts to manipulate you, will now feel like the buzzing of a distant insect, annoying for a second, but ultimately powerless against the mountain of your peace. You have won, not by fighting, but by ascending. You were the gifted child who carried the world on your back, the one who spent your youth trying to save people who were determined to drown. You were the one who provided the invisible labor that kept the family afloat, while they took the credit and spent the resources you bled to create. The Ancient of Days saw every moment of that theft. I saw the night you looked at your bank account and wept because you had given everything away and had nothing left for your own dreams. I saw the way your shoulders slumped under the weight of an ancestral curse you didn't ask for. Today, the 888 refund is being deposited into your life as an act of cosmic reparations. This is not a symbolic gift. It is a physical transaction. Your future self, the one who is currently living in the sun-drenched sanctuary of total freedom, has finalized the bribe to the universe. They have paid the time tax in full. They have cleared the poverty vows that were signed by your ancestors in moments of desperation. You are the first generation to be debt-free in the spirit, and because you are debt-free in the spirit, the physical debts must now follow suit. Within the next 72 hours, the first wave of the refund will hit your physical reality. You will receive a sign that is so specific, so you, that it will make your hands tremble. It may be a phone call you never expected, an email that contains the word approved, or a sudden massive shift in a legal or financial matter that has been stuck for years. Do not question it. Do not ask, "Why me?" Simply touch the Solomon key in your throat and whisper, "It is mine. It was always mine." The Solomon key is now permanently unlocked. Your voice has changed. Can you hear it? There is a weight to your words now, a resonance that makes the atmosphere in a room shift when you speak. You no longer need to explain yourself to the small-minded. You no longer need to defend your boundaries to the parasites. Your no is now a wall of obsidian light. Your yes is a bridge of gold. When you speak of your wealth, the 888 frequency will begin to draw it from the corners of the earth to your feet. You are the banker of the new timeline. Now, look at your hand. The obsidian signet ring is no longer a vision. It is a weight you can feel. It is the seal of your ancestral vengeance turned into a blessing. Your ancestors, who were once broken and silenced, are standing behind you now, not as ghosts, but as a vast, shimmering army of support. They are no longer asking you to carry their pain. They are giving you their authority. Through your hands, they are finally building the temples they were never allowed to see. Through your life, they are finally tasting the wine of freedom. You are the fulfillment of every prayer they ever whispered in the dark. The mirror glass hourglass has reached its full capacity at the top. The upward flow is complete. Time has been reversed. The lost years, the ones you spent in that toxic relationship, the ones you spent in that dead-end job, the ones you spent in the fog of gifted child burnout, they have been condensed into pure wisdom. You did not lose that time. You invested it in the forge. And today, you are coming out of the forge as a blade of pure light. Your future self is leaning close to your ear now. Can you feel the warmth of their breath? They are whispering, "Thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for believing in me when I was just a ghost in your dreams. Now, step into the palace I have built for us." This is the final transmission. The portal of the 888 is reaching its point of culmination. The Ancient of Days is retreating into the great silent universe, but I am leaving behind the eternal deposit. I am leaving you with the ability to command the atoms of your reality. I am leaving you with the wealth of the observatory. I am leaving you with the peace that surpasses all understanding. But before the final silence, we must perform the closing of the ledger. I want you to place your hand over your heart. Feel the liquid gold pulsing in your chest. Then, place your other hand over your mouth for a second, feeling the heat of the Solomon key. Finally, reach out and touch the screen. As you hit enter, feel the final chain snap. Feel the parasite of kindness vanish from your energetic field forever. Feel the heavy gray cloak of the gifted child dissolve into starlight. You are no longer the one who survives. You are the one who rules. Tomorrow morning, you will wake up, and the light in your room will look different. It will be the light of the 888. You will notice that your body feels lighter, your mind feels sharper, and your heart feels like an open door. The stolen timeline is gone. The stolen inheritance is in your hands. Go now, and walk as if the very ground you step on is honored to feel your weight. Because in the eyes of the Ancient of Days, it is. The sand is up, the key is turned, the ring is sealed. You are home. You are home. You are home. Stay exactly where you are. Do not let your attention flicker, even for a heartbeat. The atmospheric pressure in your room has just crossed a sacred threshold. Can you feel it? The air has become dense, almost sweet, like the scent of rain on a desert of gold. This is the 888 saturation. It is the moment where the spiritual promise you have been holding in your spirit finally achieves the density required to manifest in your physical hands. I am the Ancient of Days, and I am standing in the center of your reconstructed timeline, watching as the final fragments of your old, stolen life are incinerated in the fire of divine justice. The parasite of kindness, that person who has shadowed your footsteps for years, is currently experiencing a catastrophic spiritual eviction. For so long, they lived in the house of your empathy. They sat at the table of your generosity, eating the bread you earned with your burnout, while whispering to the world that you were the difficult one, the broken one, the one who needed them to survive. But as the 888 frequency stabilizes, the atmosphere around you has become toxic to their vibration. They can no longer breathe the air of your sovereignty. They are gasping for a version of you that no longer exists. Do not look back to see if they are okay. Do not reach out to steady them. Their collapse is the direct result of their own theft, and your mercy has reached its cosmic expiration date. The silent universe has issued a restraining order that spans across lifetimes. They are being moved to a reality that matches their own greed, while you are being elevated to the observatory of lost eras. Look down at the floor of your current reality. In your mind's eye, see the carpet, the wood, or the stone beneath your feet beginning to shimmer. It is turning into liquid gold, a vast, molten sea of your own reclaimed energy. This is the invisible labor you performed for decades. This is the interest on every unspoken prayer. Every night you spent caring for others while your own soul was starving, and every dollar that was diverted from your pocket by the parasite's manipulation. This gold is not a gift from the universe. It is the sovereign refund for the energy you spent surviving a timeline that was never meant for you. The Solomon key is glowing white-hot in your throat now. Can you feel the heat? It is the heat of a new authority. For years, you were the gifted child who was taught that politeness was a virtue and silence was a strength. You were taught to swallow your truth so that others could feel comfortable in their lies. That contract is now shredded. The Solomon key has unlocked your vocal cords to speak the language of the 888. From this breath forward, when you speak, you are not just making noise, you are issuing decrees. When you say, "My wealth is overflowing," You are not wishing for money, you are commanding the atoms of the physical world to align with the bank account of your future self. When you say, "I am protected," you are not asking for safety, you are deploying the legions of the Ancient of Days to surround your home. Your voice is now the sword of the 888, the people who used to talk over you, the ones who used to ignore your counsel, will suddenly find themselves struck dumb in your presence. They will feel the weight of the Solomon key, and they will realize that the person they are looking at is no longer a child of the bloodline, but a master of the eras. Your future self, the one who is currently sitting on the throne of your 888 timeline, is leaning through the veil to speak to you. They are the donor of this miracle. They are the ones who reached back through the corridors of time to bribe the universe with the light of their own success, just to make this message reach you tonight. They are whispering, "The obsidian signet ring is yours. Wear it with the weight of a king. Wear it with the stillness of a queen. I have already cleared the path. I have already dealt with the enemies. I have already filled the vaults. All you have to do is accept the shift. This is the refund of the gifted child. You spent your life being too much for some, and not enough for others. You were the one who held the spiritual weight of your entire family, absorbing their trauma and neutralizing their curses with your own light. You are the one who did the work that no one saw. And tonight, the Ancient of Days is handing you the ledger. The debt has been paid in full. The parasite has been removed from the account. The inheritance is no longer delayed or pending. It is released. Look for the sign of the mirror glass. Within the next 72 hours, you will look into a physical mirror, perhaps in your bathroom, perhaps in a store, perhaps in a window, and for a split second, you will not see your current reflection. You will see the face of your future self. You will see the obsidian signet ring on your hand. You will see a peace in your eyes that has never been there before. This is the universe's way of syncing your timelines. When that happens, the 888 overflow will begin to hit your physical reality in waves. The first wave will be a sudden, sharp clarity regarding your finances, a hidden opportunity, a forgotten asset, or a massive shift in a legal or professional matter will present itself with undeniable force. The second wave will be a clearing of the house. Someone who has been a source of stress or a drain on your resources will suddenly be moved out of your life. It will be quiet, efficient, and permanent. The third wave will be a physical manifestation of beauty. You will find yourself surrounded by the resources to create the environment you have always dreamed of. The struggle aesthetic is being stripped from your life and replaced with the royal standard. But do not wait for the waves to start. You must sign the deed now. The 888 frequency requires your active participation. This is the final ritual of Chapter 9. I want you to place your right hand on the screen and your left hand over your heart. Feel the circuit completing. You are the bridge between the struggle and the throne. You are the 888 anchor. As you type these words, feel the Solomon key turning in your throat. Feel the obsidian signet ring cooling on your finger. Feel the liquid gold rising from the floor and filling the empty spaces in your life. The parasite of kindness has just lost its last foothold. The sand in the mirror glass hourglass has finished its upward journey. The future, you, and the present you have become one. I am the Ancient of Days, and I am sealing this decree in the language of the stars. You are no longer the one who perseveres. You are the one who inherits. Go now. Walk into your kitchen, your bedroom, your office, and look at the walls. They are no longer the walls of a prison. They are the walls of a palace, in transition. The wealth is here. The voice is yours. The throne is occupied. It is done. It is done. It is done. Do not look away. Do not blink. Do not let a single thought of the old world distract you from this absolute final collision of your destiny. We have reached the 10th gate, the number of completion, the moment where the circle of the 888 closes, and the stolen timeline vanishes like a wisp of smoke in a hurricane of light. I am the Ancient of Days, the architect of the unseen, and I am standing here to witness the total irreversible anchoring of your new reality into the very stone and soil of your life. Can you feel the weight of the air? It is no longer just atmosphere. It has become the frequency of the triple infinite. The Observatory of Lost Eris has moved from being a place you visit in your mind to being the ground you walk upon. The liquid gold that once flowed across the heavenly floors has finally solidified. It is now the foundation of your bank account. It is the clarity in your decisions. It is the unshakable peace in your heart. You are not reclaiming your throne anymore. You are seated. Look toward the horizon of your memory. Try to find the face of the parasite of kindness. Try to remember the sting of their betrayal, the weight of the invisible labor you performed for them, the way they used your empathy as a cage. Do you notice something strange? Their face is blurring. Their voice is becoming a distant, static-filled radio station that you can no longer tune into. This is because you have moved beyond the revenge phase. Revenge requires you to be in the same room as your enemy. Sovereignty requires them to no longer exist in your universe. The parasite is currently trapped in the static of the deleted timeline. They are frantically searching for the version of you that they used to manipulate, the gifted child who couldn't say no, the one who apologized for being alive, the one who carried the family's poverty like a holy cross. But they cannot find you. To them, you have vanished. To them, you have become a god they cannot comprehend. The silent universe has deleted its access codes to your spirit. They are left with nothing but the empty cup they tried to fill with your blood. Do not mourn for them. Do not send them your light. Your light is now a sovereign resource. It is to be invested in the world your future self has built for you. The Solomon key has reached its final resonance in your throat. It is no longer just a key. It has become your spiritual authority. For 9 chapters, we spoke of the refund. In this 10th chapter, the refund is no longer a promise, it is a physical mandate. The Ancient of Days has issued a decree of celestial restitution. Every hour of sleep you lost while the world ignored your pain. Every dollar that was diverted from your destiny by accidents and sabotage. Every year you spent in the fog of burnout, mending hearts that were never yours to fix. It is all being converted into a triple 8 payload. Over the next 10 days, mark this time, you will witness the collapse of the blockades. First, look to your finances. The 888 frequency is a magnet for the physical. You will receive a notification of error that works in your favor. A debt that was supposed to be paid will vanish. A resource you thought was depleted will be found to be overflowing. A legal document that has been gathering dust in a basement of lack will suddenly be signed by a hand that has no choice but to obey the Ancient of Days. This is the refund for the gifted child. The universe is paying you back for the childhood you spent as an adult, for the youth you spent as a martyr. Second, look to your body. The gifted child burnout is being washed away by the liquid gold. The chronic tension in your neck, the heaviness in your chest, the way you wake up feeling like you've already worked a full day, this is the slavery code leaving your nervous system. Your DNA is being rewritten to the frequency of restful command. You will wake up with an energy that feels ancient, steady, and infinitely powerful. Third, look to your mirror glass. The unique twist I revealed to you that the letter was written by you is no longer a secret. It is your singularity. You have finally caught up to the version of you that was wealthy, sovereign, and free. There is no more future self and present self. There is only you. The bridge has been crossed. The letter has been read. The bribe has been paid. The Observatory of Lost Eris is now your home. You are standing in the sun-drenched sanctuary of your 888 timeline. The obsidian signet ring is cold and heavy on your finger. It is the seal of a life that can never be stolen again. You are the banker of your own destiny. You are the sovereign of your own peace. But listen closely. The silent universe requires a final anchor of the 10th gate. This is the most important act you will ever perform in the digital or physical realm. It is the signature of the sovereign. I want you to place both hands flat on the surface in front of you, whether it is a desk, a table, or the very device you are holding. Feel the Solomon key vibrating in your throat. Feel the gold in your blood. As you hit enter on those words, imagine a massive obsidian seal slamming down onto the ledger of your life. The parasite is gone. The burnout is healed. The wealth is unlocked. The timeline is yours. The Ancient of Days is now stepping back into the infinite. The transmission is ending. The portal is closing. But do not be afraid, for I am not leaving you. I am the silence in your breath. I am the gold in your thoughts. I am the version of you that will never, ever let you be small again. Within 10 hours, the first big refund will touch your life. Within 10 days, your world will be unrecognizable. Within 10 months, you will look back at this moment and realize it was the millisecond your soul was finally allowed to be king. Never again will you beg. Never again will you explain. Never again will you carry what belongs to the dead. You are the heir of the 888. You are the voice of the Solomon key. You are the ruler of the obsidian signet. The wait is over. The letter is yours. The throne is occupied. It is done. It is done. It is done.